fusion holds the promise of providing a practically limitless supply of clean energy to the world. We're actually already dependent upon it every day. From that great energy source in the sky, the fusion reactor in the sky, better known as the sun, is essential to the existence for life here on Earth for all of us. And of course, it's a bit trickier for people to replicate what the stars are able to do with sheer gravity. But from my conversations with some of the top fusion researchers across the world, not just at Lawrence Livermore's National Laboratory, which is in my congressional district, and their National Ignition Facility, which I happen to represent, I have learned that the support of fusion energy research is something that's critical at this day and age, and now is the right time to build and operate experiments that can finally demonstrate that a man-made fusion system can consistently produce far more energy than it takes to fuel it. For the magnetic fusion approach, the next step is clearly ITER. ITER is designed to produce at least 10 times the energy it consumes, and would be the first experiment of its kind that enables us to provide researchers the opportunity to explore and test the behavior of a system where the fusion process itself provides the primary heat source to sustain its high fusion reaction rate, also called a burning plasma. As discussed in a seminal report by the National Academies entitled Burning Plasma, Bringing a Star to Earth, as well as subsequent reports, this experiment is absolutely essential to providing that magnetically confined fusion can be a viable clean energy source. That said, I have several concerns which I hope we can address in this hearing. By all accounts, the U.S. ITER Project Office, under the direction of Dr. Ned Sauthoff, who is here today, is very well managed and doing everything it can to contain costs and maintain an aggressive schedule. I am also concerned about the Administration's proposed $225 million cap on annual funding for the U.S. contribution to ITER, which they have justified solely by stating that this allows sufficient funding for the remainder of the Office of Science's fusion program. This justification, however, falsely assumes that the Administration couldn't simply request a higher budget for fusion in a particular year as it does for other programs when they have projects with significant cost profiles. The $225 million cap was not based on a bottom-up project estimate that minimizes the total cost for the U.S. ITER contribution, but rather a political calculation. And this level falls well below what is necessary to optimize the project schedule and minimize the cost to taxpayers. Given the critical importance of ITER to determining the viability of fusion as a clean energy source and the major contributions of U.S. researchers to advancing the science and engineering of the field up to this point, I maintain strong support for this project, along with other key components of the broader U.S.-based fusion research program. However, this does not mean, of course, that we can provide an unconditional blank check. The U.S. must maintain vigorous oversight and use every means available with our international partners to contain costs and schedule, all while keeping an unwavering focus on achieving the project's incredibly important goals for our world's energy future. Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.